And front plate, very awkward impact. Good impact, actually, from Recon. Recon with the first round. You don't want to go side armor, though, because you're going to get tracked, and they are. Maverick, Mathmaster, Squeeze, they are inside the capture area. They got mortars on the backside. This is absolutely clinical. 50 more tickets, and especially if you get that 50 cal on the Z8G, you don't want to lose that. You don't want to give freebies, and Frost goes down. Left side is going to be ambush. BMP opening up, lap 25, trying to take 2-on-1, and it's not going to work. The labs have split off, and now look at this armored column pushing into the point. Hey guys, MoiDawg here, and today we're wrapping up the first round of the milsim units Eye in the Sky Invitational 2024 with Tactical Triggernometry versus Recon. For the finale of the weekend, we have a brand new team, Recon, up against one of the most experienced ones in the tournament, Tac Trig, and this is going to put the newcomers to the test. However, I am excited to say that with a Goose Bay pick, this is now the 4th unique map in the tournament, and as we start to look into the semifinals this weekend, we see that we actually have a brand new pool to pick from. This weekend should bring a lot more variety, and you're going to need some really interesting tactics since a couple of these maps you don't typically see in competitive squad. Now, if you didn't know, the Eye in the Sky Invitational is an 8-team knockout event where teams have to pick and ban maps, pick and ban units, and then compete in a best of 3 to see who moves on. Whoever wins this match will be going on to the semifinals this weekend, June 29th and 30th. The times are finally set, so if you do want to see some competitive squad esports as it happens, this past weekend had over 15 hours of live streamed games, analysis, and interviews. So do make sure to follow on Twitch in a couple days at twitch.tv/MoiDawg for the semis. And if you're here, then you know, but I will also be posting every match here on YouTube, as well as recaps and round highlights, so you don't miss a single minute of the action. And as usual, after the games here, I did interview the winning side, so do make sure to stick around to the end for some insight on what the teams were thinking throughout the match. But that's it for me. Enjoy the final match of round 1, Tactical Triggernometry versus Recon. Until next time, peace. On board with Tactical Triggernometry, Gordok Ras V2. And man, do we have a good layout for you guys. Look at this layer. On board with Tactical Triggernometry, once again, they have the 118th Combined Arms Brigade of the People's Liberation Army up against the United States Army 3rd Brigade Combat Team, 1st ID. PLA have a few Logi vehicles, a couple of those wheeled Logis, 2 of the transports with the heavy machine guns up top, 1 additional one on a delay. The CSK 131 armored cars, 2 of them with the heavy machine gun open tops, 1 remote weapon system, keeping those drivers and gunners safe. 2 of the ZBLs, a fast-moving vehicle, think it kind of like a Chinese striker, the ZBD-04A, the IFE, that can do a lot of damage. And since we didn't get much of a shot at it before, I think we might zoom on over and take a look at it here as well. Vex, it looks like he's in the crew here, just so you guys can see. And this is what we're talking about. Oh, and they do have the ZBLs, do have the missiles on top, the turret.
Don't forget your extra bullet.
Don't forget your extra bullet, very important. But the ZBLs actually do have the 2 additional ATGMs. Maybe that is why they were asking about them. But a lot of firepower there for the Chinese. Following up with the ZTZ-99A, that tank spawning in 12 minutes. And 2 helicopters. Recon with the first ID, 2 Logis, wheeled Logis, 2 of those transports, 1 additional one on a timer, 2 of the 50 cal open top Mat Vs, 1 Crow system Mat V, 2 of the Crow strikers with 50 cals on top, 1 Bradley. So right out the gate, you have a significant ATGM advantage for PLA and Tactical Triggernometry. M1A2 variant of the Abrams. Also on the 11-minute-and-a-half timer here, and then 2 Black Hawk helicopters. From the southeast going up to the northwest, we have Tac Trig spawn in, southeast corner of the map, up into Industrial Park, and then tunnel defenses over to Saluda Hamlet, Akeem Central, and Akeem Lower, Mechanics Homestead, Fruit Farm, and there you go. Middle point will be Akeem Central. That is going to be very good for Tactical Triggernometry. You need to be quick over on the point. But you can see why so many players in the past, they have made it a priority to get out in other games to that eastern side. You don't want to be caught napping on that one. On board with Tac Trig, Squad 1 led by Frost, Squad 2 Drizzle and Vex, Squad 3 Cap'n and Helix, Squad 4 Jack John Childish Fiend,
All right,
Squad 5
go,
Micro
boys.
Meatman, Usar Crystal, Squad 6 led by L Wolf, Killjoy Sauce, Michael LPFJ2, The Pie Master, Squad 7 Robbie, Op Pack Smoker, Jadow, Squad 8 Kerma Quick, Caverick, Cat, Squeeze, Hexman, Math, Master 2, Squad 9, Aiden Hoff, Kiwi, Junimo, Squad 10, led by Vucifer, Opus, John Giesman, Squad 11, led by Sinister, Zach Ethel, Dr. OP, Sussy Baka, Squad 13, led by Chris Webb, Jarek, Anarchy Actual, Zero, Revenge Raider, Config, and refed by Polars. Ref on the other side for this round is also Wix, and we have our staff Chaos on board in case anything goes weird. We are off. Recon headed out, big armor push out east. They don't have that helicopter right away, so you have Squad 1 though, Tac Trig. That's a big helicopter push early out west. Very interesting actually that they're electing to spread their forces in a position where you could get an early vehicle rush down there. If they set down, might be safe, but that's a lot of infantry.
Excuse me, my supposed to be in front of me.
Need to be very, very careful, and we'll...
You're gonna be my bait, bro.
This is why you need to be careful, because you're going to have enemy
There's a couple
vehicles.
different spots.
Recon should actually see this helicopter here in a second. Do they not?
We got one truck driving by 57.
And you can see, wow, they've already scouted. Helicopter mark did go on, so Recon is aware that that helicopter does exist.
Okay. Sounds reacting west.
Bradley up here. Bradley Fox 3.
And they're now getting shot. Striker is opening up.
Striker
Factory here.
They're going to have to bail out a little bit.
You're gonna see Striker micro already.
Striker's definitely. They're moving south fast.
Helicopter is going to have to bail. But Strikers, that's good scouting for them. They know the Strikers are pushing middle. And you're going to have that heavy heavy machine gun transport for the middle as well. Hexman leading the way on that one, and they're headed out towards Neva.
Understood.
Oh my goodness!
Enemy heli dead. It's ours? Jesus
You
Christ.
killed me. It's okay. Oh my. It's okay.
Oh my goodness! Did that just happen?
Bail on that area. Kerma, bail out. Run away. You're not in play anywhere.
I am speechless. I was wondering what they were trying to shoot at because the ZBD wasn't in position to hit anything, and you heard over comms the confident call by Drizzle, helicopter dead. No, Drizzle and the Tac Trig ZBD has shot down not just their own helicopter, but an entire infantry squad. 259 tickets to 250, but that's only because they captured a point. So half the tickets now lost to a TK, an impressive TK right out the gate here. Wow, that is going to be, we'll take out the helicopter advantage that they had for a second. And we have the ZBD. Now he's propped up and he's trying to take long shots out east. You can see smoke out. Strikers, I believe. Oh no, this is a Bradley.
Oh, okay. Just these
Great engagement. Trying to take the Bradley out. You can see they're trying to just go long range kind of vehicle sniping right now. The Bradley is going to get away. They're saying they're not sure if he's tracked or anything. But good shots into him.
Heading up around you can challenge from here.
And Tac Trig electing to just... Oh, and they were able to get him through the smoke here. That was a very long range. Can't even see it on the map. But the Bradley does go down, and that's...
Can I get you guys at Kilo 5 on 13 move?
That's an early loss of the Bradley. And that, I mean, look at the range here. Vex and Drizzle make up for their TK and the helicopter with almost, what, a 1,800, 1,500 meter shot on this Bradley kill. Some long range using the ZBD as almost like an artillery piece. just sniping from 1,500 meters away.
We got a heli south side map.
And Tactrig now rolling out to tunnel defenses, just about capped. Going to push out towards Sluta Hamlet. They already have a fob on it. You can see fob is set since they see tunnel defense. Okay, Sluta Hamlet's probably a good pick. Mechanics Homestead nearly taken by Recon. And then Squad 7 getting ready to push in Akeem lower. But 13, Tactrig already on Akeem Central. Recon vehicles need to reset from the center of the map. They're all in Neva. This is a lot of nothing. Then you get back up and around. We also have a Recon Squad 6 anti-tank team being dismounted out on the east side of Akeem Central. Mechanics Homestead secured by Recon. And now, well, a Sluta Hamlet. Yep, you can see the cap already. And Recon is behind the 8-ball.
I want one guy roaming radio towers. So
I just don't want to run into their fucking hats with strikers. Even though the striker can't do much.
I just want one guy around that helmet mark. Helis.
Squad 5 Micro Meat and Isar Crystal. They got AT right ahead of him in a transport behind him. You also have Chicken Clucker and Oshel in a vehicle
Sit to your west.
hiding up in the mountaintops. And you're trying to get, if you're Recon, you're trying to get scouts on these vehicles. Crystal and Micro.
Reps need to be up.
And AT was actually, ooh, hold on a second. We just zoomed in on that that Micro and Crystal APC, but Squad 13-0 actually took some AT, and that's going to spot that anti-tank team. Unfortunately, though, for Recon, they don't have any, wow, these strikers, I don't know, they are completely out of the game right now. Both strikers wolfpacking in the middle of nothing. AT, however, Squad 6 being distracted.
Behind you, Micro.
Enemy Logi marked accurate.
Nice.
In apartments.
Transfer step.
I'm MRAP and Logi. MRAP and Logi. Pushing me.
Micro flips around, good comms, you heard transport on you, flips around, takes out that AT squad by Recon, 279 tickets to 270, as well as quite a few vehicles down for both sides. Recon is just now securing Akeem lower, but look, Squad 8, let's get on over to that fight. This is going to be important, otherwise you're going to have a domino effect, and you're going to be down to 2 caps for Recon, unless they can push the Tactrig off of this. Here's the capture area, and you already have Hexman, Kerma, Mathmaster, Cat, Maverick, and Squeeze from the Tactrig side on the south-southeast point. Recon is starting to get pushed.
2 enemy squads here.
And part of this is because there's just not enough vehicle support. The strikers, they're still, oh, now they split up as well. Not sure if I like this. Drizzle and Vex now going for the helicopter. That's going to be a shot down. Amazon Express, good night. Drizzle now with 2 helicopter kills to his name. One finally, the enemy. And another Logi dead, and ooh, this is starting to turn into just shooting fish in a barrel here. These Recon vehicles are just not being protected. And look at the stretch backline play now. Squad 10 with Hatkit, Alps, Frost helping scout. You have the Squad 10 CSK.
Striker, Squad 1 is right north.
Ammo racked. Helix and Cap'n do get ammo racked though. Good tandem play right where you needed it to go. So at least Recon able to get 1 vehicle out of the mix. Helix and Cap'n about to pop here any second, and that's going to leave just Drizzle and Vex out on the backside. There it goes, and there goes the turret.
The hub is in open. Enemy hub is in open. We can mortar it.
And Mathmaster, I think, knocks out.
So if we're doing anything, guys,
Captain, you were just ammo racked, right? You didn't get AT?
Central, everything else we throw at Squad 8. Striker, updated mark.
I was ammo racked. One line.
Squad 1 move, Striker.
And you see Squad 1 move Striker, Frost doing that call out tree, and Edwin moving up north. The situation, though, is starting to get very, very difficult for Recon. Look at how much infantry they have all in one part of the map. But you have Tactrig. I think they're just winning the one-on-one infantry fights right now. Cat, Kerma, Maverick, Mathmaster, Squeeze, they are inside the capture area. They got mortars on the backside. This is absolutely clinical. infantry pushing the Recon infantry out of the objective area, out of safety, and then the Hab is on the open. Honestly, this is probably one of the biggest misplays we've seen so far. You have a Hab out in the open from a potential, yeah, it's not always safe to have Habs inside, but with a team that you know is going to have mortars going on so quick, this is completely negated. Mortars on top, you got the IFV fired in, Logo de Polo is going to go down, and honestly, this already might be a wash here unless Recon can fix themselves quick. Akeem Lower is about to start being secured because Squad 3, Squad 13, and the rest of the Tac Trig boys have already almost secured it with Akeem Central, and they've pushed all of Recon off.
I have to help Zero.
Striker now is still being spotted. Frost just tailing him. And look, just a couple hundred meters away, Akeem Central is secured, and now Akeem Lower is being capped. Oh my goodness. Recon, they had a good initial start, and then maybe the vehicles just didn't flex immediately. 245 tickets for Recon, but 305 for Tactical Triggernometry. Mortars now going on the backside. This is defensive mortars for Tac Trig. They're trying to prevent more Recons pushing in. Lil B Fan now pushing in. Is he going to be able to get anyone? Squeeze goes down, and he's able to take Maverick as well. Hold on a second. A couple more of these plays. Michael. Oh, and he knocks out Michael. Little B Fan with a three-piece. Hexman now on the north side. And he might have stopped the cap. He did stop the cap. Little B Fan stopping the cap all by himself. What a massive play. Just some good individual infantry action. And Hexman's now going to try to push in. Oh, nearly gets him, and I think that will start to cap it again. It does. ZBL knocks out the Mat V eventually, but now you have Tac Trig infantry in the Hab. They are going to have that overrun, and nearly
Capping, like a minute at least. He's gonna come to you, Micro. Yeah.
Nearly holding it off. But look at the look at where the blue is, and look at where the red isn't. Blue from the middle of the map. The bottom right, you got the whole. Oop.
Robbie and Aiden. Do you guys feel your
ZBL runs right into that striker, and the striker's off by himself. I don't think he's even firing just yet. ZBL with some good evasives, and he's just picking apart the striker. Striker, GG, Edwin, and Tree. I am very confused at what the striker is doing just now. The strikers have made some massive misplays, completely out of position, and Recon are already under 200 tickets. And Tac Trig, hey, they're about to be 350 tickets to the good. As long as they capture Akeem Lower, this is starting to go from bad to worse for Recon, and they need to have a little come to sphere moment.
Southern mark accurate for the Mat V.
And hold on a second, that Opes here.
Our one Logi did just go down. We have a second one up.
Logi from main.
Abrams hit tandem.
Abrams hit tandem. Opes with a nice tandem shot, and Recon. Oh, this is just. They're starting to play with their food, Tac Trig. Recon thinking they can sneak the Abrams up along the back side, the north side of the map. Is not able to. Now trying to make sure he can have a nice stabilized shot. Reloading that tandem. Reshi. Got a striker behind him, and Opes is going for the kill. Opes with another shot. There's that striker off to our right side now. You can see Optimize and Nathtastic. And another tandem round. Here it is. Oh, and he misses? I think shot right at the last second, and somehow Ops just misses his final shot. Oki might be able to actually get this going. Squad 10 now just south, though. Vucifer,
I killed one, yeah, maybe.
I believe Ops is a Squad 10 rally, so he should be able to spawn back in and try to get back up here. But Akeem Lower, I don't see practically any Recon. There's supposed to be 40 people on this team, and I'm not seeing a single one on the ground. Recon being picked apart. 286 tickets for Tactical Triggernometry. 188.
South. I'm working on it.
Yes, it's an MRAP.
He's dead. Fuck.
Yeah.
For Recon.
Okay,
Called out
Wolf is
nonstop,
leaving.
should've known
What's
about
my
that.
destination?
Right next to our rallies.
Helicopter also gets shot down.
Got it.
I just killed our heli.
Roger just pulled in north of apartments. The RWS. I just killed it.
Oh, okay,
Bad
okay.
timing.
Thank you.
Yeah, remote weapon system knocking out the helicopter. So Tac Trig do lose another helicopter.
Right next to squad 13.
But Akeem lower, you can see there's no more infantry rallies are squashed. Logi's trying to come up around Mr. Crashmaster. I don't see a way in. You never want to call it.
Bring another Logi up though.
You never want to call it.
I'll switch it. Yeah.
But Recon has no map control. I know we're looking at the map quite a bit. There's no map control.
I got mechanics.
Tac Trig, these are both Tac Trig fobs. Mr. Crashmaster is probably going to be spotted here in a second by L Wolf. Or, hold on a second.
Yep. We can nearly smack one near fruit farm, honestly. If they have nothing there, then
Just
And taking some shots here.
Homestead completely empty. Is that going to be a free cap? I was going to switch to offense since I'm the
I
only one that can
believe
cross.
they took
I'll
a.
drop a rally at least.
I believe maybe Malenko, one of these Recon members, took a shot here, and that actually might have just
Captain, you're on
let Tac Trig know where they were at.
understand
I'm
that,
not
but
sure if
that
that
should
was
be
the
the defense
smartest
squad, so
thing.
when I flip to my vehicle-
Unfortunately, though, Recon, I think they're making a horrible decision here. They're going for
I have 3 people
the
still in
Sluta
defense.
Hamlet
Like,
fob
it's fine.
because they know it's a mortar
I'm
fob,
close by.
and they're trying to come
and
up from
a 2-man on
behind.
defense
The problem
cover.
is you're having a
I'm
Logi,
not gonna stay here
or
that
a
long.
Logi, you're having infantry push into the main repair station. You also have Kiwi Janimo on mortar fob defense. Squad 9 also just chilling here,
Alright,
and
got
then
Logi
Op
ready for
Pack
an attack
Smoker.
he's
There's a
homestead
lot
empty.
to fight
This
through. It
question
only
is
looks
not
like
free
3 or
cap
4 people, but there's enough there that they can quickly collapse in and cause some problems.
Okay.
Speaking of problems, southwest side of Mechanics Homestead now has a Tac Trig squad. Get ready to push in, and 339 tickets to 173.
Pick up the scout on the Abrams.
He's at main.
Rush.
Got enemy helo scouting main camping, FYI.
Is any
Michael L. Wolf, Killjoy. I want to say these are Tac Trig mortars. Trying to hit the position. They might have seen enemy infantry earlier.
Hold mortars on mechanics.
Heli's available for
Yeah,
radio.
hold mortars on
is
mechanics.
Sinister?
Zero, do you have ammo in your
You
vehicle?
And you got a few in the air.
Yes, I'm in contact, stand by.
Okay, never mind. Just fight.
But this isn't,
Repeat, what's the mechanics?
I'm trying to,
On mechanics.
It's light infantry.
I'm trying to come up with some pros if you're in the Recon camp watching this right now, and well, looking over at a helicopter that got shot out of the air by an ATGM is definitely not one of those pros.
Yeah, we can fold. Yeah, Robbie, you and
If
Aiden
you're
can
Tac
fold
Trig
it.
right now,
Helo leaving main.
this doesn't even matter.
Enemy on Sluta hat.
We might lose.
Enemies west of mechanics.
We might
Haven't
lose.
set
Oh,
the
Drizzle
scale.
and Vex. They have an entire squad around them. And
Is Abrams still in main?
there's one AT, one C4 boy with the combat engineer behind him. I think that's O'Shea. But this is, unless they can get a nice track, and Apex Predator has an opportunity for that. Still,
Enemy
this is
Abrams leaving main.
This is a
West
lot of time
side.
spent on something
Heading
that
south.
honestly doesn't matter right now. Apex Predator, Ashi trying to chase this down. You need bodies up here. You need to not play around with this unless, you know, Note Glow and crew. Oh, wait a second. Drizzle and Vex does get tracked, so good shot by Apex Predator, but he's going to get mopped up there. And
Jack, you have a good shot on the US team right there.
we're going to go on to the Mechanics Homestead fight, though, because this is what actually matters. You can play around all you want. Tac Trig is perfectly obvious. You don't want to lose it. but they're okay trading this backup fob for Mechanics Homestead cap. And if that happens, look at the map. You got the backline harassment with Squad 10, AT. You got another CSK armored car pushing up. They don't even have a fob. No team spawn next to Mechanics for Recon.
Guys, we
Tank
can
estimated
drop
down
the hab
57,
on mechanics.
50 cal
Childish
Don't wanna go down
Fiend.
your apartments.
Let's try to zoom on over to him here.
57 as well, or Matt B, 50 cal fire from there.
And Childish
Grab some
Fiend
free micro.
getting call-outs from the helicopter. We're going to see Abrams on ZTZ. Now, honestly, if we're being completely
I'm working on
frank
a
at the
250 fire
situation,
from Hill 57.
I don't see a way Recon wins this game. I don't see a way that they can get back into it unless Tactrig has an absolute fumble. Or if you got them shooting down more of their own vehicles.
Can we drop the fob on mechanics?
But what you do want to do, if you're Recon, you want to go into the next round with some momentum, saying, hey, you know what? We got ambushed, we kept our tank alive, and we were able to knock out a ZTZ. Unfortunately, those ZTZs should hear. It is going to.
Okay, Sinister and Squad 13 will keep fighting around Mechanics.
Recon's going to get pinned right through the side here.
Wolf's gonna go get his light
And
vehicles, get a
front
roll.
plate, very awkward impact. Good impact, actually, from Recon. Recon with the first round. You don't want to go side armor, though, because you're going to get tracked, and they are. Oh, mistake there from the Recon tank crew. They had him on the back foot, chooses to move a little to that side, and now they're still going diagonal. You want to hit that front armor, and they missed their second shot. ZTZ. Now you got a chess match, trying to decide who's gonna do what.
Behind you guys, Kerma.
Crewman out. I say on the backside, trying to get his tracks back up. And
Can we get the defense squad to move up to the team, please?
interesting decision here, ZTZ. The reason is ZTZ has fantastic frontal armor, but the moment that you see that side armor, you can get some good kills. And oh, this is why the Bradley. Oh, they tracked the Bradley. ZTZ being a little cautious, and it's going to pay off. Bradley came flying in to try to make something happen, and they're actually going to get killed right behind the Abrams. ZTZ should back up and finish off his Bradley kill, and oh, that is just depressing if you're that Bradley crew thinking you got a good opportunity to come in. And Tactrig, this is ZTZ, absolute, there you go. Crewman now back up. Abrams is moving, and well, you don't want to make it 2 for 1. ZTZ, another good impact into the front. Well, good impact as well. Pinned right through that plate. Abrams, this is just a... Oh, how did they miss it? And that's going to be it. Recon misses that third shot, and they decide, well, we need to back on out. You still want to get that frontal armor, and they don't. I say rude things. Oki and Reshi, unfortunately, go down to the ZTZ 98 crew, knocking out 2 vehicles in quick succession. And we're also going to have a Mechanics Homestead cap on top of that. When it's all said and done, in a span of about 4 or 5 minutes, you're going to have Tactical Triggernometry with almost 400 tickets on their route of Gorodok up against Recon.
Yeah, are you gonna wait until we get the next one up?
Yeah, I agree.
There's no need to, there's no need to pull it, but let's get Kerma out of there.
Yeah. I'll jump to micro.
Recon now trying to get back onto the point. And are we going to get a mercy bleed here? If Fruit Farm is secured, it is a 60 tickets per minute mercy bleed.
Flip now. Flip now.
But Recon, they're showing some fight. They are not out of it just yet. And if anything, I mean, how many minutes into this? We are only 25 minutes into the game. Recon, they have the numbers to get back onto Mechanics Homestead. You re-secure that, and you have 50 more tickets. And especially if you get that 50 cal on the Z8G, you don't want to lose that. You don't want to give freebies, and Frost goes down, just getting a little too aggressive. I don't think they were able to get any build. Oh, they were not trying to set up a fob. Chris Webb next to that radio, the Hourglass right in the corner there. 50 cal optimized and Nathtastic with that striker just right in the perfect spot. And honestly, if there's going to be a mistake, this might be the one mistake. Okay, aside from the team kills, aside from the team kills, there might be one big mistake here by Tac Trig. If they allow Recon, you see Little B Fan making those plays earlier, the 3-on-1s. And he should knock out Anarchy Actual. Goes full auto. Anarchy hits the deck. Little B Fan pushes him and mops it up. They actually have the opportunity here, Recon, to not only capture this back, win the infantry fight, get those infantry tickets, but then also take out that radio. Could be a free 20-ticket pinata. Hab is up. This is the Recon Hab. They think they're safe. They're focusing on the point. But hello, what is up, Tac Trig Mountaineers here on this south side? And this is a perfect drop. Firecat, Amazon Express, and Nathan were looking the other way. And Maverick is going to rock right up into the Hab. Should see Firecat off to his left if he's paying attention. And Optimize, the striker, was able to get the kill on the helicopter earlier, but now Crystal and Micro add them to their kill feed. Striker down, Hab overrun. What was going to be a potentially open radio for Tac Trig to lose is now a Recon radio that will go down. 90 tickets here. This is an artillery strike. I am guessing command from Recon. Well, didn't go the way they wanted this round. 375 tickets to 88. One of the more lopsided here, but that's why we have best of 3. It ain't over till it's over. And one benefit, though, Ranger Rick with the Mat V actually able to knock out at an attack point Logi. Command Robbie over here and Jadow trying to get that that new team spawn up so they can push Fruit Farm. Thankfully, ooh. Now this is what we're talking about, the mobility.
RWS is dead.
Thank you.
Crystal and Micro coming in to save them. The mobility of these wheeled vehicles. Who needs the Russian motorized when you have some ZBLs and ZBDs? Saving the radio. Logi will go down, but they're going to save that radio. You're going to have an attack fob here. You already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blue Tac Trig on Fruit Farm. I think we have 3 Recon on it as well. $368 tickets to 75.
2 Chevron decap Fruit Farm.
2 Chevron decap, and this is a situation where you guys, I'm sure Command Comms is either very quiet or very upset right now. Recon, you need to look at yourselves in the mirror and say, that sucked and we sucked. Let's fix it. We can fix some things. We can have a bit better vehicle play. Our strikers were out for way too long. Our strikers then weren't working together. Our infantry was alone. There's a lot of opportunity to say, you know what, we just didn't rock up on that one.
4 Chevron decap Fruit Farm.
And Tactical Triggernometry absolutely asserting their dominance here.
Logi following. He cuts south through the field.
This will be the very first all-cap game that we've had on the tournament. Tactical Triggernometry looking to secure 7 of the 7 random advanced and secure objectives here on Gorodok. Gorodok has been an absolute bloodbath for all teams, and we'll add Recon on the list of that one.
Striker's facing southeast.
Looks like I think this was another Logi that just went down. Oh, and hold on a second. No, it's a Striker ZBL fight. I think another Striker is going to go down. Crystal knocking out a Logi, and also the Striker is now disabled, engine out, and he's going to be able to get in a good position to just top him off there. And another one. I don't even know how many vehicles at this point Crystal and Micro have knocked out. But the map presence from the get-go was incredible, and now Well,
10 seconds.
You heard it there. Neutral in 10 seconds. That means GG in about a minute. 365 tickets to 45. That might actually be, depending on how many tickets are lost in the next minute or so, this could be an over 400 ticket advantage. That's, hey, tickets don't carry over. You could win big or win little. Recon, hey, this round in the rear view mirror, dust yourselves off. Just forget about it. It happens.
25%.
Do better in the next one, and take the 15-minute break to really go over some things that you know you can improve.
Squad 5, Heli's gonna be coming
For
towards you,
Goose
north side,
Bay,
brain
we
processing.
saw with the Throngler's tactical
It's gonna be
triggernometry
Southeast as well. Going
scrim earlier this week. Tactical triggernometry.
Landing, brain processing.
Well,
5 Heli's dead.
another vehicle added to Sar Crystal and Micro Meatman's wall, but another one down. 15 tickets as a radio also now pops.
I'm gonna
And
leave now, Chris. I think you should be good, or 50%.
15 tickets to 358.
50% fruit farm, 1 chevron. 50%, 1 chevron.
Recon, you got to give them credit. They aren't giving up. Well, they're not giving up on the ground either. They're
leaving
still
you,
trying to
Cameron,
push
or
and,
unless you
and
wanna ride.
prevent the full cap.
Yeah, I think. No, or if possible, take as many infantry. And just.
Oh, there's transport here, actually.
Yeah, they can't cap Homestead now. Just switch all bodies to fruit farm.
Yep, you heard the call. There's not enough bodies on Mechanics Homestead to prevent that cap and to create a double neutral situation. So Fruit Farm, hey, just focus on it. Don't even fight out there. Let's do it. 12 tickets.
I see infantry mounting up in the helo ×3.
10 seconds to cap fruit farm. 10 seconds.
10 seconds to cap, and that is going to be GG's. A massive,
that's great, Chris.
decisive victory. Underline, bold it, capitalize, tactical triggernometry. 418 tickets to 0. Recon going to have to collect themselves as we look into Goose Bay.
No! I wanted the heli kill.
Numbers speak for themselves. PLA taking the massive W. 117 kills to 30. That is a rough day in the office for Recon. 40 revives, 165 in caps, 72, and then 27 for Recon. And here we go, waiting for the official live call, because I think we might be flipped a little bit. I think RGF, yeah, mechanized. We're going to have to re-roll this, which means we're going to have to get a double re-roll. Yeah, they got the Combined Arms Army, not the mechanized one. So, 1 minute here as they sort that out. Now, if you missed it, tactical triggernometry, and we've been saying this a couple times, this past week, they actually said that they actually competed against the Throngler's, which is a reserve team. Any of you guys familiar with the Potato Fields, my server community, my gaming community? The Throngler's, another up-and-coming team, actually just got organized because of the tournament, and decided to try to get some things going. Managed to get a good scrim with tactical triggernometry this past week, which I had the opportunity to cast in preparation. They did the same rules. It's all eye in the sky rules here, and some very, very competitive games. Goose Bay tactical triggernometry did very, very well. Then going into Mutaha, which is a map that is in the Eye in the Sky map pool, but not the round 1 map pool. So hopefully we'll be able to see some competitive Mutaha next time. But the tactical triggernometry, they were put to the test a little bit on that Mutaha one. Even though an up-and-coming team like Throngler's, they're brand new to the scene. They were able to do a little bit damage here and really got tactical triggernometry on their heels. So Recon, they need to understand, hey, that game is in the past. It doesn't matter. it doesn't matter. Hey, 400 tickets. You could lose by 4. You could lose by 400. It's still a loss. Put it behind ourselves. Let's focus on Goose Bay. All right, the final map roll is in. Teams are on the right side. Factions should be right.
We're fine.
One more.
Just for fun.
It's happening, guys. I know you can. Things are happening that you don't know. Just let it happen.
Just let it happen. Yep, let it go.
Not letting it happen.
I'm feeling lucky this game. We're gonna win this one just based off sheer luck.
Goose Bay Ras, the potential final game of the opening round of the Milsim Units Eye in the Sky Invitational 2024. Let's have a good one. Can Tac Trig do any better than they just did? Or can Recon come up with what would be an incredible comeback? Live. The GLHFs are in chat, and Recon on board with them as they are taking on Goose Bay from the southwest side of the map. Going to let these squads sort out for a second before we dive on in. Recon with the USMC 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit up against Russian ground forces in the 205th Separate Motor Rifles Brigade. This one, we've been waiting for it, is going to be the first, it's going to be the debut of the BMP-3M, the BMP-2M, and the BMP-1AM in the tournament. We've seen the T-90 before, but none of these newer IFVs should be interesting on the tactical triggernometry side. However, we're on board with Recon comms. They have one wheeled Logi, two of the tracked AAV Logis, two transports, and one additional one on a 5-minute timer. A couple of the 50 cal open top Humvees, 3 LAV 25s, 2 of the AAVPs with 50 cals and 40 mite grenade launchers, an Abrams, the M1A1 variant, spawning in 15 minutes, and the UH-1Y helicopters, 2 of them. Russia, tactical triggernometry's pick. They have 3 of the tracked Logis, though, so very slow-moving Logis. This could potentially be a pretty big hang-up on your support and how quickly you can move around, especially since they also only have 1 helicopter, 3 transports, 2 deployed from the get-go, 1 on that timer, MTLB with a machine gun, MTLB with another machine gun, the BMP-3M, 2 of those ones, those double-barreled IFVs should be very, very powerful, asking... And this is why I need to join my squad. Appreciate the invite there. But we are good to go. BMP-2M as well in the BMP-1AM. It's a BMP-1 chassis with that BTR-82A turret on top. T-72B3 on a timer. Should roll out right when the Abrams rolls out. And the HIP as well. Should be good. Let's see what type of layout we got. From the southwest side, Recon pushing into 5-wing HQ,
Okay, guys, so
research
this is,
station,
unique
OP
one. We know
Heb,
where our third cap is,
and
right? Or
Postville.
can I still go up to airfield?
Over to
No, can go
airfield
shipping or
defenses. Ooh.
Okay. Well, that's usually my
Marking
cap.
boats.
So it'll be airfield defense or OP or post.
That's what I have.
You hear them trying to figure out where they should go. But then over to Postville, then to airfield defense, Goose Bay, and NORAD. This is going to be a tough decision for everyone. Postville is out of the... it's actually really, really easy
Fuck, man, maybe
for...
not. Maybe it goes up here.
For tactical trig to get to. So, but they see with this type of
Probably
5-wing, they know it's on the east side. Going to have to
squad
play
maps
for
is
the
showing
Goose
OP
Bay
Heb as for sure
airstrip.
third.
But as we do that,
As maybe fourth.
Recon,
Airfield refinery is maybe
Squad
fifth.
1 led by Aluboy Finn, Squad 2
So it's
led by
gonna go
Young
north
Female
from
Cop,
the
Mr. Crash Master, Oshel,
Octa
Apex
2.
Predator, Chicken Clucker, Skywalker. Squad 3, Amazon Express. Squad 4 led by Sci-Fi 74, Nathan, Little B Fan, Ravi, Logo DePolo, Negatively, Jazz, Watkins. Squad 6 led by Guff, Malenko, Note Glow, Lumpy Flub. Squad 7 led by Oki, I Say Rude Things, Reshi. Squad 8 led by Recon Vaughn, The Lord, Pure Legacy, Ranger Rick, 1395, 2 Stony. Squad 9, Command Squad with NSB Rad, Pat Vest, Monkman Sauce. Squad 10, Tree and Edwin. Squad 11, ITI Optimized, Nathtastic. Squad 12 led by Binja, Omni, Firecat, Guac, Thumper, refed by Wix, and, well, looks like Alaboy is swapping his squads here. Already called out on the roster. Good luck, have fun. Recon needs to show up for this one if they want to extend their chances
On your left.
at getting into the semifinals to take on Ukraine Unity Frontline next weekend.
Command, if
Labs
you
are
got
gonna
5
take
wing, I'm gonna
mid.
move to next point.
Labs are gonna wolf back onto mid. Roger.
Labs are going to wolf pack onto mid. And you can see the map. Very, very good. This is a good layout if you're having these slower lodges, being able to push down straight into the middle of the map. And it's going to be interesting to see which team realizes where the points are first. Those vehicles, if you're Recon, you got to look at what you did wrong. A lot of things didn't go right, but one big thing is the strikers were out of play almost immediately. And after 10 or 15 minutes, it didn't look like they were ever going to be in play, eventually getting picked off one by one. So that type of stuff cannot happen. Squad 11 as well. They're already going to do that kind of intercept backline harassment play already.
I need to get back up.
Squad 5 trying to get around as well, and they're doing this a little bit closer to their own main than I would have thought. It might pay off though. They have the a couple riflemen hat kit. I'd like to see another lat there actually, a little bit more AT. And they're hoping to catch someone out towards Postville. Squad 7 is already set up on Postville, and they're just going immediately to it. They're taking the chance that this is going to be it, and that is not a bad chance. Both teams saying the east side is probably going to be where it's at. Squad 6 coming in with the lodges, and they're going to set up on the refinery.
50%.
Not a bad decision. Not bad for map control, potentially mortar position. But also could be an
60%.
objective. You're just not sure yet until the points kind of show themselves. NORAD facility nearly secured by Tactical Triggernometry 5-Wing HQ
Copy.
as well. Just about secured in about 10-15 seconds. And as the vehicle starts swarming, you can see Squad 2. Wow, young female cop with a good fob actually on OP Heb already. So Recon securing at least the three objectives on their side.
95%.
Still have to worry about, you got Squad 7 out here on the east side at Postville. So Squad 7.
6, you're on next point.
We're on it.
I don't know if they even spotted this APC down south. Squad 1 and 3. I don't think they did spot them. No marks up on the map, and that could be a mistake. 0, the combat engineer. And look at this. I mean, they were coming up all the way behind the main. They're probably going to cut through this little space here and then get right on this bridge. And it looks like that's exactly what they're doing.
Anything in the air?
No, I'm looking around though.
Helicopter
Watch ahead of y'all.
might just be able to
We got tracks
Spots.
rolling up. No, copy. Scratch.
spot these BMP 3Ms just on the airstrip.
Spot ahead of the labs. You want to push up or wolf back in?
And you also have, I think this is the BMP2M. It is BMP2M out in the forest as well. They don't want to take a shot until they know they can take that helicopter down.
Squad 7, 10, 11.
And there it goes.
You got.
Shit, they are
BMP 3Ms open them up. And helicopter's going to have to do evasive. And no, it's not able to. Oh no, Squad 3 in the helicopter. One helicopter down for Recon, 265. Take us to 270.
I
Guys,
consolidate.
Squad 10, Squad 7, and Squad 11. This is an LAV Wolfpack. The LAV 25s.
The search is going fine. We're gonna need it on Heb. We're gonna need a front line for Heb where 8 is.
Where OP Heb is, that's that third point.
On it.
They have a good opportunity, Recon, to consolidate. And even you have infantry pushing into airfield defenses. Squad 5 might be in a position to get to Postville. But Recon, try not to get too worried about that helicopter loss. Understand that those things happen, especially when you have all those AT, or all those vehicles. And Helix tapping. Those BMP 3Ms are about to show their faces here. The Recon LAVs laying in wait. You need to get that other LAV on the right side. Want them up and even so you can get all three AP rounds hitting.
I-9. Those choppers need to continue to resupply OP. If possible, put toes up for their armor. That's the only way we're going to combat this.
Oh, they're electing to try to get some ATGMs up. And hold on a second. BMP might show, and they see them.
We got tracks rolling down from the north. Tracks rolling down from the north, 6 mark. Not confirmation on what it is yet. Heavy tracks. MTLB.
LAVs.
You got 40.
Taking a few shots here. And they might have just...
left side.
I'm not sure if I like that call by the Lavs. They took a couple shots at a vehicle moving in. They're going to get pinched between 3 vehicles. Oh, this is going to be a disaster for Recon unless you got some good eyes on a swivel. Left side is going to be ambushed. BMP opening up. Lav 25 trying to take 2-on-1, and it's not going to work. First Lav is deleted before the second and third one to even show up, and this is going to be an absolute massacre of armor, and it's going to be another Lav 25 down, and here comes a third one optimizing. Fantastic. Oh my goodness. BMPs making quick work of the Recon Lav 25s, and well, a decision was made, and well, I don't think that was the correct one. Lav 25s, that's a massive, not just ticket loss, but just your map pressure. The ability to deal with anything now has essentially been deleted. You're going to have vehicles and infantry getting ready to collapse in on airfield defenses, and that is going to be horrible. Squad 12, we're going to let them run right in the center of the map because they're going to. Squad 12, though, Benja.
I got enemy on back line.
This is the problem.
Yep, marked it. That was a hat.
Because Benja might actually be pushed away by Maverick, and I don't think they even realize that Maverick is here. Well, now they do. GL opens up and actually is going to spook them. Rally was dropped. Thumper takes a GL.
I wouldn't even come here. I'd turn around.
Maverick. Ooh, good shots by Guac laying into the enemy infantry with the machine gun. Kerma now on the rocks.
6 and 8, try to fall in east. 1. There's no reason for you to be flying over there right now. 1. Get out of there. There's no reason for you to be flying over that. There's no reason to mark anything.
Helicopters, trying to let them know you don't have to take these types of chances here. And Kerma squashing that rally.
What's the status of their 12?
Just started. 1 Chevron.
Gonna be able to see Thumper right here.
The choppers need to be resupplying the backup half, so we have the armor and then the toes down.
Good shots. Thumper goes down, and to the left side. Kerma should realize there's more than just 1 or 2 here.
I'm currently helping one scout with the scout cam.
And he does go down. Kerma.
I got one.
I got one is called Omni and Firecat trying to hold the line here. Kerma able to squash the rally, and here's the counter push. Cat, 1 medic left up. It doesn't actually matter right now if Recon captures this. If anything, it actually might help. It might help tactical triggernometry. So if you capture a neutral flag, you'll get 20 tickets. But if you capture an enemy flag, you get 50. Because of the map positioning and the lack of vehicles right now, Recon might actually not want to cap this. You're going to give them an additional 50 tickets compared to if you just let them have it. So you don't want to call the game off just yet. You can still make some big plays, but we'll have to see if this this one flag flip might actually come to haunt Recon. Maverick and Cat now back up, and they're pushing in, and ooh, GL nearly hits Firecat right in the back. Firecat shielded by a little bit of a tree here. And hearing some big shots. vehicles coming out here in just a second, 30 seconds for that Abrams. The BMP, those main guns, trying to knock out some infantry with frag rounds. Maverick now pushing up an Omni with some good shots. Hey, infantry showing up and making things happen.
We're stalled cap, they're here.
Guac, Firecat, Omni, Benja, if they push a little bit further, they're going to see a rally and a transport. Unfortunately, they have stayed in the cap zone, and by not actually pushing into post-fill, you're actually making it a lot harder for himself. You're giving Tactical Triggernometry enough space to get into these buildings. It would be very hard to root them out of the buildings. Hexman up on the left side here. That's the west side of the objective. And if they had pushed in towards those buildings, you would have also squashed that rally, prevent any type of counter here. Mathmaster on the right side as well, run into Thumper. And AT has spawned in, Hab going in, and Recon. This was an aggressive Hab. I'm a little confused at why they picked this location for it, because you had enemy infantry on the south side, Tac Trig infantry squeezing quick, push it in. The tank, or sorry, the BMP, no, it is the tank, the T-72B3 pushing in, and this is just going to mop this up. It's going to be another free 20 tickets for Tactical Triggernometry.
Yeah, we'll get that northern radio gone.
Mortar lands, and I want to say that was a Tac Trig mortar that was a little bit off target.
Enemy armor, west of Postville.
It was.
Guys, consolidate defense at Postville. Everybody should be going to Postville.
Mr.
We
Crash.
have 2 skirmishing squads trying to find radio at airfield. Everybody else should be at Postville.
Oh, and they dug it down! Huge plays! Apex Predator and Mr. Crashmaster choosing to accept the losses, lose a Logi, lose a couple infantry, but they dig down that radio. Very smart play by Recon, saving 20 tickets, and unfortunately Mr. Squeeze is going to mop up both of them at the end there, but that is a very, very heads-up play, and now you might just want to try to turtle a little bit. If you're Recon, you're in position, you got the 4-cap advantage. AT completely whiffs. BMP3 not even worried. Actually, I think that's a BMP 1 a.m. It is, BMP 1 a.m. And honestly, this thing shouldn't be allowed to live too long.
I got enemy armor south of Postville. Don't know what it is yet.
Edwin right in front of that BMP 1 a.m. and that is an entire squad. Ooh, and actually it might have helped him out. Most likely Chris Webb trying to drop a rally and being a little snaky boy zooming around. That's just a visual glitch. He's not hacking or cheating or anything. Just visual glitch there. And Edwin takes out 2. I think he prevented. Oh, and Hexman goes down. Revenge Raider actually TKs his own man. And unable to drop the rally due to Edwin being nearby. Chris Webb is now without a squad as the BMP 1 a.m. pushes out. Did they get a radio in there? Oh, they did. They got a radio on Postville right as Recon were actually already there. They just brought in that tracked Logi. You can see it, the center of your screen, sauce.
Center, I think.
And this is right as I open up the map. AT, I thought I actually smacked him, but did not. And hold on a second. Reshi and Ops.
You got another BMP north of Postville,
This is a matchup we've seen a couple times already. Ops on the left side, John as well, this AT team, and they're getting a nice shot onto that Abrams. And that is going to be deadly. I don't think...
Front 330.
Front 330. Not a bad call out, a little to the left though. John G's man and Ops, they're going to hit that transport, remove the ammo possibility. I think John G's man is a rifleman, and he is. And that's another tandem round. Ops laying it up. This could be deadly.
Airstrike, get anything? Oh no.
Airstrike, not sure where it landed. Might have been I see an airstrike marker here.
PMP on 6.
We'll have to see. Well, it looks like Ops and John G's man double tracking him, and that's going to prevent them from moving as that Sioux strike comes in, and it could be another Abrams mopped up by an air asset. I say rude things and okay. It's unfortunate if you have 3 members of your crew, you need a double dismount and double reps, because this is what's going to happen if you stay there too long. Sioux strike on the Abrams, and a disappointed GG's called. Just the squad 5, the quick tactical request from the helicopter. All squad leaders can tac request. The moment Ops tracks them, the request is already coming in. They confirm it, and an Abrams once again does not have any chance to come out and play. 223 tickets to 291. I think TacTrig is still capping Postville, and they are able to get that fob right under from the nose of Recon. Recon was already set up in the position. It looked like they actually had decent control on Postville, but just not able to prevent that Logi push. Not quite sure what went wrong on that one.
Logi.
And we are now on Postville. Tank just backing up a little bit. Helix and Cap'n taking a little bit of AT. We have more of these IFVs. BMP off the bottom right, just off screen, and look at all that infantry.
Yep, my guys spawn back in I don't either. Screw too.
And is that what you're hearing? Is actually the BMP-2M with that automatic grenade launcher, and oh my goodness, Reshi just on the wrong end of that one. BMP-2M, absolutely deadly. I want to say it has 300 grenades in it. 300 or 400, whatever it is, and the amount of grenades you can put out just so quickly is insane.
Yeah, we're going to have to pull back to OP.
Drizzle and Vex just keeping this infantry down on the bottom side of Portville.
They're on the hab. Any spawns can get to J12.
Once again, map pressure and map control. We're seeing what can happen when vehicles know they have no threats. The Abrams is down. The LAV 25s were knocked out earlier, and now the BMPs know that they can just push where infantry is, and they don't have to worry about some weird flank from a LAV. They don't have to worry about a really deadly Abrams just showing up in front of them. Instead, they just have to worry about some AT. Not saying AT is a problem, but much easier to deal with. We're seeing here multiple autocannons. Killjoy and Wolf trying to push in, and they get knocked out. I actually think that was another set of TKs here. A lot of TKs. Tactical Triggernometry, they don't care who they're killing. Friendly, enemy, doesn't matter.
We just lost this hab on
we're coming south, better try to back you up. We got C4, careful. Just fight safe for flying.
Yeah, let's all fall back.
And BMP-3 is on that radio.
Taking down our radio on J12.
Reshi, I'm not sure if they see Reshi on the next to it. They should see that radio.
MTLB active on 6.
Here's a LAV 25 firing off the northwest side.
Is Heb safe or no?
LAV is pushed up, and they've actually...
I'm following this MTLB to see where they stand.
Oh, wow, they knocked them out. Sci-fi. See if we can't head on over to Sci-Fi. They actually found a sneaky fob. Vucifer. Oh, and hold on. AT has somehow managed to... No! It's just, it can't go right for him. John Giesman and Opes, they're able to push in, and this is... I thought this was a tactical triggernometry fob. Instead, this is a Recon fob that was able to be snuffed out by Tac Trig harassment teams. Little B-Fan, now the only one, and he's laying down prone. Nathan on the ground, Sci-Fi on the ground, Treat on the ground, John Giesman, the rifleman supporting Opes in his hat kit. The Hab is overrun, and Postville is down. 160 tickets to 346. John Giesman now pushing in, and those sandbags are going to do nothing but now protect John G's. Jazz pushing out.
That way, but tracking it, but I lost audio.
And does manage to at least
No, not all of you.
knock
running towards
one.
the
It
point.
should free up the
6,
Hab
get your
here.
guys to spread out.
My guys are coming to me to help LTLB and anti-partisan. My guys are spreading out.
OP Heb, though, still under control, but it is starting to fall apart on the eastern side. The harassment, like, really just focus on the teams that have done so well this tournament. They're doing exactly what Tac Trig are doing.
You guys should dig down
And
at
you
the
have
radio. Dig
one
down
or
at the
two
radio.
squads that are literally they're just dedicated to this backline harassment.
And then go put down a new radio.
You have
Please don't resupply any
a hat kit, a rifleman, maybe a lat kit, and an SL, and they just stay up in the back. You have 2, maybe 3 infantry right now with a rally, and they have kept an entire squad locked down, not able to assist, trying to focus here, and every once in a while they make some big picks. We got another Lab 25 down. We see a radio go down. I mean, it's the numbers. It doesn't make sense when you're just looking at it. How can 2 players keep an entire squad pinned down? Well, if these 2 players are frequently moving around, as Ops dials in on Lil B Fan, who gets who face plants out in the snow there, these players, they're right here now. Just a few minutes ago, they're up here on the switchbacks. At the start of the game, they're over here. I mean, they're completely moving around, and with the intel that the helicopters are giving them, they're able to make some really good moves. And you can see Negatively and Nathan are able to save that radio, dig it down, and try to just stimmy the bleed here.
Yeah, I see it.
Postville is lost. This radio will go down for Recon. You're going to be looking at 110 tickets for 343. Tactical Trig right now, unless they fall apart, lose a whole bunch of vehicles, and have a front line that just doesn't even show up, I think they're looking pretty good for a semifinals place up against Ukraine Unity Front.
We're gonna let him drop radio first. Let him drop radio first.
This is the problem that Recon is finding themselves in. This doesn't matter. Airfield defenses doesn't matter. This is a very I don't want to say it's a pub strategy, but it's very common. What happens in pub games is you have a team or a squad that decides to say, "Oh no," is all I can say again.
Just saw what I think was armor on my observe hiding in the trees.
AAVP, and is this Opes again?
Squad 10, Squad 11, we're tracking.
Well, I thought he missed it. He kind of did miss the shot, but actually manages to blast Little B Fan from the back. I don't think that was intended, but still kind of works.
Enemy mortars are starting coming in. We're coming on point.
And I think now he just has his rifle out as he's out of ammo, but that is going to be a tracked Logi, now just sitting out, not being used.
I have to go back to base to get full.
What tends to happen a lot in public squad matches is you have teams and squads who decide, hey, you know what? What if we just work our way from the back? By the time, we'll knock out their radio, we'll prevent their back spawns, we'll take out 20 tickets here, 20 tickets there. It seems as, I mean, this is just John G'sman, Vucifer, and Opes. It's 3 on a vehicle, and they somehow just surrounded them. They have a rally. Just the map control is crazy. They have them on the west side. They got them on the east side. You're starting to get infantry on the north. You got them on the south. They're just completely encircling Recon, and Recon, every which way they look. Well, it's not quite working out here. Lav 25s already lost 1 just a couple minutes ago to Opes, and is it going to happen again? Nathan-tastic, Optimize, and Tree and Edwin. Opes just hears that engine, and he's running.
They're focusing hard on op-hev attack. Do we have anybody who's willing to go around and try to do maybe a post-go attack? You know, they're not omnipresent either.
I don't believe
Might be possible to get in.
they have any more AT just yet, so
Labs, can you please drop off ammo?
Lav 25s have a little bit, have just like a small moment of respite, not having to have to worry about an RPG headed their way.
Get out of here, Chopper. Get out of here, Chopper. Get out of here.
Do you guys have contacts on point? Or are you looking?
Lav 25s dropping the ammo, 105 tickets now.
I think south side.
To over 300.
Enemy T90. East on road.
And tanks are pushing in. BMPs, it is not looking good. You have two hat kits. I think they're trying to knock out this helicopter.
Guys, they're pushing from the south. We need bodies here.
A little bit up from us, but Mr. Crashmaster needs to make a play with his hat kit. You got the 2 BMP 3Ms and the T-72 right in front of them. You need to pick one and kill it. Honestly, at this point in time, it doesn't matter which.
Armor pushing in 10 and 11 from the east. Armor pushing in from the east. 11.
We got 1 BMP, 2 BMPs. All of them are
about
pushing.
to lose this radio.
East.
Yeah, we're about to lose this radio and everybody's north.
Crashmaster waiting on it. You hear them on comms. They're calling out the BMPs east and vehicles east. The BMPs, they know the Lavs are out there.
Squad 11, if you can shoot my body.
Squad 10's RTB. We got turreted. 11, spot yourself.
We've located enemy mortars. Do we have mortars?
We got tracks here, 11.
Trying to figure out where the Lavs went out to. Lavs split off, 1 down west and 1 down south. Oh no, this is bad. The Lavs have split off, and now look at this armored column pushing into the point. BMP 1AM in the back, T-72 in the middle, led by 2 BMP 3Ms. And they are just charging the Recon fob. Infantry spilling in, and the armor is just going to encircle and pick off anything that stands in their way. Tactical Triggernometry just rolling through Goose Bay, and this is absolutely a decisive confirmation. Hold on a second. Optimize and Natastic just said it earlier. The Lav 25s for some reason had decided to split off, and once again they get picked apart. 91 take us to 325, and it's been the vehicles that have made all the difference.
At this point, they know where that radio is. We should probably dig
Yeah,
it
we're
up
digging it
before
down.
they do.
We're digging it down.
Gotcha.
We're on it. We're on it. It's just the mortars are on it, so we can't get a good shot.
BMP 3Ms have pretty much nothing. Nothing to worry about. And just as I say that, they finally mop up the AAV Logi that was tracked. Nathan, Sci-Fi, Little B fan, strewn across the road here. Helix and Crystal on the way, 84 tickets. And I'm trying to look once again at an opportunity.
They just destroyed our Logi at research station. We cannot put a head down at previous point.
I'm trying to think of an opportunity where you're at Recon.
They're on the point.
You can do something. But I really think, I'm not saying the vehicle's lost in the game, because there's going to be a lot of little things when they look back that they say we probably did really wrong here.
Chopper 3 and 1, load
But
up.
giving up the vehicle battle just a couple minutes in, if they had the Lav 25s for this Postville push early on, I'm not saying they would have completely kept onto it.
One Chevron right now. We stopped it.
But the vehicles
We're capping back.
have been very independent of the infantry. If you compare them to Tactical Triggernometry's vehicles, obviously these vehicles just now making some good plays, but the vehicles have been intermixing with the infantry almost throughout the entire game, jumping in and out, staying behind them, supporting, making good pushes together. And when I say together, I mean literally together. You don't stay together just for a minute and then peel off like we just saw that Lab 25 down south get picked off, and lose another radio 57 tickets to 323.
Which heli was that?
OP Heb is going to go down, and with 57 tickets to 323.
I'm gonna go do another fake landing on post.
I think at this point, you kind of have to just scratch your head and say, okay, I know we were really motivated for this.
I do. I know where you're at.
But man, we're not executing what we wanted to. How can we do it better? Tactical Triggernometry is very dialed in with how their vehicles are, but also what's been the teams that have won. You've had the harassment backliners that shine. We call them out a lot. We had was it Bread yesterday? We had Flame earlier in the Ukraine Unity front line, and now we have Opsa here. Those players making huge moves with a smart 2 or 3 fire team element size that are just causing all of these larger assets that, hey, if you're playing like a normal squad server, that might be called main camping. It pretty much is called main camping, but not just outside of main. I mean, they're all around. Helicopters in tandem, working with them, making sure they see an Abrams out of position here, repositioning, getting up to a vehicle here, calling out to see that there's an individual LAV that can get poked here as well. Ooh, and what did just explode right here? I think that was a transport.
That's been happening literally this entire time.
Or was it a helicopter?
The squad lead trying to drop radio on Heb.
And well, whichever it is, they're dead now. Yeah, it was a helicopter. Helicopter shot down by the BMP, and I believe that was a Micro and Hussar Crystal down south. And they've had quite some good luck against helicopters this round. And honestly, actually thinking about that, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think. I actually think Tactical Triggernometry have killed more Tactical Triggernometry vehicles than Recon, unfortunately. And that's just kind of the way that this round has gone. Tac Trig asserting some massive dominance, saying that, you know what, you guys might have been able to squeak out some games over the past couple days, but we're out here showing we're the real team to beat. And these vehicles have been massive.
No chevrons on OP Heb right now.
No chevrons on OP Heb. If you're Recon now at this point, you gotta be real with yourselves. You're not gonna win this. Don't get decapped all the way. Don't lose all your points. Don't lose OP Heb. Now you gotta play for the moral victories and say, let's get a vehicle kill. Let's get a tank kill. Let's knock out their fob. Let's make a little bit of a fight here and see if we can't just prove to ourselves that, hey, we can get ourselves out of situations if we just fix our early game and maybe our backline a little bit better. Crashmaster dismounting, and he's taken. Oh my goodness! Kind of perfect summation of the games right now. Crashmaster in position. Zero takes a shot in the shoulder, but good little snap and mops him up. Crystal and Micro meet. Now going east to west, and there it goes. Now you got a track.
Nobody on defense right now.
But I believe that's Command Artillery on the north side, and that's going to just mop up Recon. AT into the side of the BMP-3, but Command Artillery might shield him. And Oki tries to cross the road. Jazz as well. BMP tracked and damaged, but can Recon try to just at least make one vehicle pick? But Artillery is going to say no to that. Tac Trig, Command Artillery just chewing through, and look at the devastation. Multiple more infantry down. And look at all the Recon bodies.
Counter already going down.
That is a great artillery strike creeping out through here, but now you have counter artillery. This is Recon calling in command artillery on the objective here, and the idea is that with the remaining infantry they do have a lot of medics out here. Chicken, negatively, Patfest, you have a lot of medics who can pick people back up and try to make something of this. But now you're racing the vehicles.
Squad 11.
Squad 11, Nathtastic. Can we get over there in time?
Whoever's there.
Copy.
Opens up, and Nathtastic. I don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately. Drizzle and Vex with Helix and Cap'n. Just too much firepower. BMP3 and a BMP2M. Yep, that's going to do it. 10 tickets to 312. Not nearly as large as a ticket difference in round one, but still just as decisive. Going to be 9 tickets here in the end, 312.
Good tickets, guys. Good game. Good game.
Good game. I think Recon, once again, a newer team, up and coming here, and I hope they watch this back and they have a lot of good takeaways, have some opportunities for improvement, plenty of it here, but also learn from some of the strategies that were used against them and also used so effectively. And, well, hold on. Tree and Edwin could get a vehicle kill at the end here with the BMP3. 7 tickets, 310, and no, they're just going to smoke and run. Not going to end it there. And command artillery is on the point, but it's not going to prevent the cap, as just going to tick on over, and it's going to be a little bit easier to pallet a 310 ticket loss, but now you're back up towards that 400 ticket loss. Hey, Tac Trig with Darkest Night, they have joined forces to fight this tournament, and that's what you're going to get. One of the toughest competitive teams. Better than the first round. You're not wrong. Better than the first round, and that is going to be that. 34 kills to 142, 72 in caps to 187. Absolute dominance by Tactical Triggernometry. 26 revives to 33. Well, thank you for joining me, and congrats on the victory there. I will say that was one of the most dominant performances we've seen. So how does it feel to be done out of the round one and onto the semis?
First of all, it feels great. I did make a promise when I came in here. I wanted to point out that Crystal was the one who team killed the heli in the first round, not Drizzle. I had to clear his name. Yeah, it feels good. We had a game plan. We came in, we executed. If we felt good even the first minute when we were actually picking and banning, we came in with a very, very comprehensive plan of what we wanted, what factions we'd get. We got the factions we wanted. We got the maps we wanted. And we executed the plan the way we wanted. Obviously, there were a few hiccups here and there. The heli going down early. Some of our, the points maybe went a little differently than we expected. In some cases, we had to adjust. But I think at any time, the question was only how long it's going to take, not will we be able to take the point.
Yeah, so before we get into the games, and we just had on screen that wonderful helicopter kill, I do got to give him credit. That was a great shot from, that was a really long-range snipe there. But PLA on Gordok, I don't think anyone saw that coming. Why?
So, in general, what we're looking at is the armor matchup. I was very surprised that they picked USA into PLA because the strikers don't have much effectiveness against the armor of the PLA. But mainly, we assessed every single faction in the game, and we also assessed every single unit and so on and so forth on each layer. I have a comprehensive system at TT that's able to actually do the math on all these things and considers every vehicle. But one of the main things about PLA is that with the new change in the recent update, the rifles are now stronger than they were before. They have quicker ADS and more stability. So that makes PLA much stronger better than they used to be. But then the armor dominance is just very strong in general. Obviously, our armor was able to have really large impact, very mobile. You know, we picked Russia on Goose Bay. We had a lot less mobility there. That's something we cared about less on Goose Bay. But on PLA, we had it, and we executed with it.
Yeah, so the armor matchup, you know, it's definitely showed, but not just the actual weaponry. We noticed, I'm sure you'll watch back in the VOD or cast here, but you had a great pick on the Bradley early on, just great plays there. But the strikers were almost not even in play on Goro compared to all the TT armor. We'd see them, they'd wolf pack, they'd break away, support infantry, wolf pack. Kind of explain how you want to use your vehicles with your infantry here.
So a lot of the approach, I'm sure you saw, was wolf packing together early on until we have engagements, pick off as much armor as we can. But after that, really, it's break off to wherever we need them. I mean, you saw we had the main camp squad. I know they killed a tank on spawn on Goose Bay. One of the things that we try to do, right, is keep our armor alive when the tank is up, get the tank down quickly as possible. But our main goal is knock out the enemy armor so we can break out of the wolf pack and then spread our vehicles out as needed. Because once most of the enemy armor is down, we don't need to wolf pack. We can send everyone to help with infantry. And suddenly, you know, you send one ZBL to help out an infantry fight, that infantry fight's over with the quality of the armor we have. And that's, I think, kind of what we saw, right? Whenever their armor is down, we had dominance on the front with the armor.
Yeah, you definitely saw that on Gorodok. Obviously, there was a tipping point where there was pretty much no going back on Goro, as you said, just a matter of time, not if. But let's talk about the reasoning to pick the. Or maybe can you talk about a couple? The bans seemed a little bit surprising as well. How did you guys like the map and unit pick ban process?
So, you know, I felt that it worked pretty well for us. To be honest, I made a flow chart that went over hundreds and hundreds of scenarios going into it. So I've had all the bases covered. But to be honest, we wanted to ban Sanction. And Kohat was our next choice. So having that both banned was great for us. As far as the factions, the main thing that we were looking at is trying to ban factions that we thought were strong, but were ones that we didn't want to play, that didn't fit to our strengths. So in general, you know, we have great armor, but our armor likes to be mobile, and our team likes to be mobile in general. So something like an armored faction, maybe not as appealing to us. But if there's a strong armored faction that maybe scares us a little bit, that was a ban for us. And two of my bans were armored bans for that reason. But that's how we go into it, thinking it is it strong and we don't want to play it? There we go. That's a ban for us.
So for teams kind of looking into, you know, whether they're in the tournament or not, watching what happened, is there a takeaway that now after playing Random Advanced and Secure, is this much different? We've had some say it's nice and refreshing, but sometimes at a certain point, once you know what's happening, you do play it kind of how you normally would. Is it really just the beginning of the game that is different when it comes to RAS, or he's kind of just playing it normal comp either way?
The approach that we've taken, now I think for this game for us, it's a little hard to tell because we were just moving so quickly across the map, right? It's kind of iffy. At a certain point, you know, we played, you casted the Thronglers game, right? And Mutaha, you know, we played Mutaha. That was very much like an advanced and secure game, right? Once we knew what happened, once there was some stability on both teams, right? We played it more traditionally how we would. You saw the wrap, you know, you saw the slow take where we slowly grinded ground and eventually wiped everyone off the island. I think that RAS can be like that, and I think that was an example. Unfortunately, I think today we were just moving so quickly across the map, we never got out of that phase. But the way that we've stratted everything is we have two phases. We have the, you know, essentially the RAS phase and the AAS phase that essentially comes after that. So that's the approach we're taking.
Yeah, it definitely, you know, this game obviously a little lopsided at the end of it, nearly an 800 ticket difference between the two rounds that we just saw on screen. The Goose Bay rollout, when you guys have the vehicle players that you do, you pretty much start Goose Bay with complete armor dominance for almost 10 minutes when you can ambush and delete 3 Lab 25. So maybe as you guys look for next week, you think you're going to have a little bit more of maybe a tough time going into Ukraine Unity frontline?
I think it's possible. To be honest, you know, we're not the best at every single thing, but I do believe that here we have the best armor in the world. I am biased. I'm not in the armor, so you know, but I do think that we have the strongest armor in the world. I think throughout the tournament, the infantry play is going to get tougher and tougher and tougher. And you know, for me, there's two things I want to do. I want to figure out how to keep my armor as involved and as active as possible to be able to support our infantry to ensure that they have dominance, even if maybe they normally wouldn't, right? And I want to make sure that I can keep everyone fun, moving around, keep them mobile. Because the moment that you get stuck inside that fishbowl, like we saw on Mutaha against the Thronglers, right? That's the moment that you lose. So if you lose that mobility aspect, it's done. So those are my goals going into next week. I do think it's going to get harder, and I think the final will obviously be the hardest, assuming we get there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You know, we're very excited to keep moving forward.
Awesome. Well, we'll see you guys next week, Sunday at some time, as we decide between the two of y'all, since we do have to manage some European and North American times. But anything, last comments to those y'all or out there that are supporting you guys as you move forward?
Sure, I'll say one last thing, guys. You know, a lot of people in the community who know that I've tried to really make comp less elitist. You know, things like that. We've seen it in the past. Tried to be very welcoming to new players. What I would encourage anyone watching is really just try to get involved. Any team that will take you, it's a really fun opportunity, and I've been doing it for a long time. I really enjoy it. It's fun. There's a large community aspect, but the more people who play, the more skill we get, the more fun this becomes. So I'd really encourage anyone who's interested in getting involved, reach out to a team. Feel free to reach out to me if you don't know anyone else. But yeah.
There you go. All right, recruiting at the end of it. I like it. Well, thank you again, Zero. Congrats again to y'all at Tactical Triggernometry, matching up against Ukraine Unity Frontline next week. We'll see you then.
Cheers. Thank you very much.